Hello and welcome to our first podcast. Today we're going to be discussing our up and coming World Cup tournament. I'm joined by my good co-host Jamie Jokes.
Welcome to the first Ziggy Jokes podcast.
Hey, feels weird to say that, but it's good to be here.
It is a bit weird, yeah.
Yeah. Right, so things we're going to be discussing today. We're going to obviously discuss our tournament that's going to be taking place in a few days. We're going to be discussing some of the decks, times.
Some of the groups and such.
Yeah, some of the groups, the times, when they've been uploaded, how long the tournament's going to take, etc. La-di-da-di-do. So, let's get started.
Before we start, we'd like to apologise about the draw phase video.
That's right, it was by me who is on my channel, but sadly I messed up on the audio. It's my fault entirely, so I take the blame for that. So,
he's going to try and re-edit it. If he can't, then
yeah,
the video will have to stay up. But if he can re-edit it, then he'll upload a new one on.
Yeah, so stay tuned, you might get a new one, who knows. Right, so...
No worries. Right then, so first of all, how did this all start, this tournament? Well, I think that's what was on the bullet points, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was on there, yeah.
Right, was that the next one we were supposed to talk about as well?
That was the one, yeah, right one.
Right. Well, this obviously we mentioned multiple times in the draw video, the ban list and the rules and all that this isn't actually our first time doing this tournament.
No. It's our first time recording it, though.
It is the first time recording it. We've actually done this 3 times. We've all had 3 different winners in each. It was just an idea that I said. I said, it would be great to have Yugioh Pro or Yugioh Pro 2 on my laptop so I can record the deals, upload them, and then do a World Cup style. Adam then said, that'd be cool. Do you have duel links? I said, yeah, but I don't have all characters, so it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
But then I said, well, me and my brother, we usually do the Six Nations style deck tournaments that we have.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the Six Nations is, it's a rugby tournament with 6 countries. Me and my brother, we did our own Six Nations Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, but we didn't call it the Six Nations. We just called it a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Yeah.
He had his Blue Eyes deck at the time, and I had my Red Eyes, the Phantom Knights, and Egyptian Gods, and 2 random decks thrown in. That would be like 15 games in total.
Yeah, roughly.
So we usually so we played that for the whole day, and they'd be like, well, Blue Eyes won this, and all that. And then Adam said, well, I've got a couple of decks. Why don't we make a World Cup instead of having a league?
Yeah.
He said, I'll just put them in groups. I went, like 4 groups of 4.
Yeah.
And then top 2 go to the quarterfinals, then semis, bronze, and then the finals.
Indeed.
So we did that, the first one. Now, bear in mind, some things have changed because my brother's deck won it, the first one with his Blue Eyes deck. We said, these decks automatically qualify.
Yeah.
Then my brother decided to redo his deck. It's still incomplete.
Indeed.
He's more of a collector, but he said he wants to get a few cards that he wants as a collector.
Yeah.
Like LOB Blue Eyes, DDS Blue Eyes, and such. So then we're like, all right, we need a deck to replace Blue Eyes in the automatic qualify. So we were like, right, it won't be fair for the rest, but we have to do it because it'd be even. And then we did the second World Cup, and then we did the third. Obviously, we've had qualifiers in there. That's how I think it started. And then
pretty much
when you did your deck profile and the 3 videos of Destiny Heroes versus Red Eyes, I think it was after round 1. After we recorded that, I said, wouldn't it be fun if we did our Yu-Gi-Oh! World Cup on YouTube.
Yeah,
And then,
that's how it happened.
exactly, Adam basically said, right, we can do this.
Yeah.
I thought, like, at first I thought, like, we'll give it, like, a couple of months and then we'll do it. But then Adam was really excited and eager.
Tim was, yeah.
We'll do this now. And you know what? Good, it's something we can do, then.
Yeah, during these terrible times, yeah.
Yeah. We've already done the rules and the band list.
Yeah.
Basically, Adam, he already made a trailer without telling me we're going to do a World Cup at first. He just said, "Oh, watch this. I got a video for you." And I watched it. He sent it to me over Messenger. And now the thing was, the audio was really loud.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
The thing was, on his side, it was normal.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, he's lowered the volume a bit and all that." He sent it to me, and I turned it on. It was hella loud.
Yeah, it was quite loud for you, yeah.
So I watched the trailer. Went, you know what? This is cool.
Yeah.
We'll do a couple of videos and set it up.
Yeah.
Then obviously we're like, right. Obviously we're not going to use the decks in tournament. Well, we are, but in tournament 3, we're not going to treat Yu-Gi-Oh! World Cup that we're doing on YouTube as World Cup 4.
Fresh start,
This is a separate one, so that's why we didn't have a qualifying round.
Yeah.
We basically went, right, choose your deck that you have, and they'll be it. The rest of the decks you didn't choose will probably qualify in the next one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's how this Yu-Gi-Oh! World Cup we've come up with.
Yeah, it was a good idea by Jamie. I must give him that. It's been so fun doing them. I really enjoy them, and it's just nice to actually share the content.
Exactly. Now, some of you may be like, "It's not a World Cup if we don't have Dark Magician or Blue Eyes or Exotic."
But as we said multiple times, it's for fun, and we're doing it because we enjoy it. In other words.
Yeah, we're just basically using the decks we have.
Yeah.
We're not going to say, "Oh, Blue Eyes is in Group 1."
No.
When none of us have a Blue Eyes deck.
No, then there won't be the point, sort of thing.
And we'd be like, we have to lie about this and then say, like, "Oh, the footage got corrupted," or "Oh, it was a draw."
Yeah, and we don't do that because, to be honest, honesty is the main thing in this sort of thing.
True. But we want to show all dues. We have already explained, if my deck is playing it, another of my own deck, I'll try to get my brother involved to record it. If we can't, we probably put a deadline saying, "Look, Gar has about a couple of days until this group starts. If he doesn't record, it's going to have to be a draw."
Yeah, and obviously during the lockdown and coronavirus pandemic, there's not much we can do.
Exactly. If the pandemic didn't start, I'll probably be down your house right now, Adam.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'd both meet up somewhere. Yeah.
Exactly. We could meet up somewhere or come over each other's homes, do and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how this tournament basically started. Because what we said, we had an idea, we did the World Cup, and then exactly.
Right.
I think that's that then.
Next on our little list is our decks. The ones we'll be using in the tournament.
Right, so we're going to go through each group one by one then, is it? And then talk about the decks?
Yeah, show our ace cards and that sort of thing. You'll see it on your screen, on the YouTube screen. You'll see the cards as we talk about them. They'll pop up.
Sweet. We'll also be going... when we discuss all groups, we'll probably discuss our personal decks that we have.
Exactly, yeah. And why we made them.
And then right, the first group is Group 1, obviously. You're going to have... Well, hopefully there's going to be an image on your screen right now with all 4 decks saying Group 1 and all that.
Yep.
It's Ra, the Earthbound Immortals, Elemental Heroes, and Dino Wrestlers. Now, these 4 are in Group 1. Now then, Group 1. What was your thoughts when you saw this lineup? Adam? What was your thoughts about it?
Well, my immediate reaction was how Ra and the Earthbound Immortals were going to go up against each other, Because Ra's quite a
Exactly.
heavy hitter when the Earthbound Immortals are heavy defenders. So, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, because you can't attack into, is it Kakapakapu?
Yeah, okay, no, hang on. I'll read his effect out if I can find him in the deck. Here he is. His effect states is there can be only one Earthbound Immortal on the field. If there is no face-up spell card, destroy this card. Your opponent monster cannot target this card for attacks. This card can attack directly. If this card destroys an opponent's monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's attack. So he's quite a strong defender and attacker.
Yeah, like you could use his effect to attack your opponent directly, or you can attack into your opponent's monster with it.
And deal even more damage.
Exactly, but it depends on what the monster is, obviously.
Yeah. If I was to attack, say, into a Blue Eyes, then you would maybe a clash with 3,000 each, but you would take 3,000 damage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought you'd lose Kakapakapu, though.
True, yeah. Actually, no,
So
you wouldn't. Because...
Would you?
No, because if you have on the field, I can't remember what Earth is called, the Earthbound Geoglyph, while any level 10 monsters are on the field, this card cannot be targeted and destroyed by effects. Also, Earthbound Immortal monsters cannot be destroyed.
Does it say by battle, though? If it doesn't say destroyed by battle, then it means it can be destroyed by battle.
It doesn't say that, so I'm going to take your word for it, yeah. So I was thinking then, I wonder if that would work, yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
obviously
we'll look into that, yeah.
So, yeah. Right, let's all... Alright, now, we're going to talk about each of the decks in Group 1. Now, since we've already spoke more about Earthbound Immortals, we're going to skip Ra and go straight to Earthbound. We're going to come back to Ra later on.
Yeah.
So, shall we continue talking about the Earthbound Immortals?
If you want, yeah, there's no problem.
Because I know there's like a Phoenix one in there. It's like Ra, actually.
Oh, yes, Earthbound Immortal Wiracocha Raska, yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, him. He's apparently...
that one?
Apparently he's like... That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Ra with the life points.
He works, have a look. You shuffle cards into the deck from your hand, and he gains 1,000 for each one.
Neat.
For each discarded card effect, yeah, that's right, yeah.
So you discard cards from your hand back into the deck, and it gains 1,000 for each card.
That's what I'm reading it as, yeah.
Neat. Well then.
There's also in my
Anything
personal deck list, I have added a few cards for fun. The more interesting one, put on the screen in future, Adam. Number 88, Gimmick Puppet of Leo. Gimmick Puppet of Leo had this card for forever, and I've never used him. He is an Xyz monster. He requires 3 level 8s. Once per turn, if you have no spells and trap cards, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, and if you do, place 1 destiny counter on the card. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you've activated the effect. When this card has 3 destiny counters, you win the duel.
That's a really quick instant win.
Yeah.
Card right there.
It's not like Yugioh, but yeah.
Oh yeah. And because you haven't used that card in the previous tournaments, this could push the Earthbound Immortals further now.
Yeah. Because I've been thinking, like, how am I going to get 3 level 8s out on the field? And I've had a few thoughts of it. Yeah, I got 3 level 8 synchros, which can all be summon each other, so that should help.
Exactly, so you could just use that to Xyz into it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Right. Hopefully Adam remembers to put all the images of the cards on the screen.
Yeah, I should do.
Of what we talk about.
Future Adam, do it.
Adam, if you're editing this, don't forget.
Okay. I'll take a note of this off now.
Right, the second deck we're going to talk about, which was actually the first one to be drawn into Group 1, is Ra. Yeah. Now, Ra is my deck. I think I've already stated that I'm missing cards.
I think you have, yeah.
It's still good, but I'm missing cards.
Yeah,
like
I'm missing. I think you said you were missing the fusions or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm missing Egyptian God Slime, but it's a really good card. You need a level 10 monster, and I think a level 4 water monster, I believe. I haven't seen the card properly, I'll probably
screen.
find it on Google Images and send you the image.
Yeah,
They're on the screen right now.
Yeah.
But what it is, it counts as 3 tributes for a divine monster. So if I play like Ancient Chant, well, get him out. He'll have 3,000 attack.
Yeah.
He looks like Obelisk, but isn't. But obviously he has 3,000 attack. He counts as 3 tributes.
Yeah.
So if I get him out, which I don't need polymerization as well, apparently.
Ah, that's interesting.
So I'd probably try to get Guardian Slime out, or even use Metal Reflect Slime.
Could do.
Because that counts as a level 10 monster.
Yeah.
I think I need a water monster, which will be, Reactor Slime. When I normal summon him, I special summon 2 tokens.
Yeah.
So I'll use those 2 or Reactor Slime and Metal Reflect Slime to get out Egyptian God Slime. Play Ancient Chant. I think I get to add a Winged Dragon of Ra from the deck to the hand.
Yeah.
I only have the 1 card because I don't have any other copies. I will try and get more of them, obviously.
Yeah.
Play that, add Ra to the hand, and I gain an additional tribute summon.
Yeah.
So tribute Egyptian God Slime for Ra, because he counts as 3, and because the effect of Ancient Chant, all monsters that were tributed for Ra, all their attack points combined to be Ra's attack.
Yeah.
So Ra will already be on 3,000 attack.
Which is quite an advantage.
Exactly, and then you can pay life points on Ra until you only have 100. So let's say I have 8,000 life points. I use that effect. I then get Ra gets an additional
10,900.
plus the 3,000 by that summon.
Yeah, 10,900. Yeah.
Exactly, but obviously I don't have Egyptian God Slime.
To-do list.
Yeah, but there is a few tricks.
Oh yeah.
What I tend to do when I get Ra, I try my best to get him out as quick as possible.
Yeah.
While I still have life points at max. So if I get Ra out, I'm hoping to get. Well, I have 3 Sun God unifications because you can set that, and when you get Ra out, you can actually play it even when you set it.
Yeah.
So literally, I could play that instead of me using Ra's life point effects to actually use my life points. I'll use the trap card instead, where if I have a Ra, target him, and then use my life points to his attack.
Yeah.
But I could, when that's done, but I can't use the second effect in the same chain.
No.
When that's done, I can tribute Ra, and then when I do, I gain that attack points as life points.
I do believe that's right.
And the thing is, the trap card is a continuous one, so you can activate it every time.
Yeah.
So one way you could do is get Sphere mode out. When you have Sphere mode out, you get Ra. He's already on 4,000 attack and defense. Pay the life points. If you're still at 8,000, that'll be 11,900.
Yep.
Play the effect of the trap card. Send Ra from the field to the graveyard, and you gain his attack as life points. So now you're at 12,000 life points.
Yeah,
I think I said that right.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, you try to get Immortal Phoenix in the graveyard as quick as possible.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously, Foolish Bearer's at 1. But if you do get in your hand, I do have another trap. I do have a trap card. I think it's like something Monarch.
The first Monarch?
It'll be up on your screen anyway. But when I activate that trap card, it counts as 2 tributes of a attribute. I declare, but you have to discard 1.
Yeah.
So if you have that trap card, you discard a card. So if you had Immortal Phoenix, if you had Immortal Phoenix in your hand, discard it. And then, yeah, a
You're pretty
Immortal
much
Phoenix
set.
is now in the graveyard.
Yeah. That's
Because you
one way you can
cannot
do it.
normal or special summon it unless it's from its own effect.
Yeah.
Right, I think that's enough for Ra for now. We're going to go to the third card, which is the Elemental Heroes.
Well, the elemental hero on my side, and it's missing a lot of cards. It's just in there now with the bulk out the numbers and make it nice and even.
Yeah,
There are some good
Yeah,
cards
like-
in there, don't get me wrong, but it can hold
Oh,
itself but most likely won't win. So if you're an elemental hero fan, don't get your hopes up.
yeah, like we said earlier on, we're just using our decks and using decks that we find.
Yeah.
Hence why there's a starter deck in this tournament.
Yeah, because I'm only running 4 extras, and that's not a lot for the elemental heroes. I'm running
That's
the
true,
main
it's not a
card
lot.
for the deck probably is Vision Hero Trinity.
Exactly, because that works with Destiny Heroes as well.
He does, yes. He requires 3
Um,
hero monsters to be fused. His attack is double from 25 to 5,000, and it can attack 3 times on any turn, but it's not directly.
True, and I think I gave you 2 Neos Honest Neos.
Elemental Hero Honest Neos, yeah.
I can't remember if you put both of them in your Destinies or
Destiny.
one. All right,
They're
fair
all in the
enough.
Destiny to bulk out the numbers. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so I take it as
There's got some good cards in it. Like you got the hero symbols, and you've got the famous ones like Honest Neos, Necro Shade, Blade Edge Man, Bubble Man.
Yeah.
If you're running one
'Cause-
Super Poly, there is a
Yeah.
few in there like the Time Machine, classic cards.
Yeah. Like you say, you are using cards that you find just to make it a
Exactly.
deck.
Yeah, cards that work. Yeah.
We can't promise you, like, obviously we can't promise you the full-on
No.
competitive view. Like I said, we're only using what we have, and it's just for fun.
Exactly.
But we're hoping to have some new cards in the future,
Hopefully, yeah.
and we're hoping to like upgrade just a few decks.
Yeah.
So yeah. Is
What's
there
next?
anything else you'd like to say about Elemental Heroes? Or
No, I think that's about it. That covers it, really. Yeah.
well, we're going to go to the last deck in Group 1, which is also Adam's deck. It is the Dino
we get
Wrestlers.
them? Yeah, the Dino Wrestlers. Now, again, it's missing probably like 3 cards from it, but it's got most of the Dino Wrestlers, a few extras,
Yeah.
and it's got the fusion and the links. Now, my
True.
plan when it comes to Dino Wrestlers is to get Terra Placorio out on the field, use his effect to get T-Rexler, and then finally
Yeah.
use the, what's it called, the fusion card, Trident Dino Fusion, to get Chimera T-Rexler out, which is the top card when it comes to Dino Wrestlers.
Yeah. It basically, like Ra, you want to get your top card out as
Yeah.
fast as you can.
But if I can't do that, there's always plan B, which is, you see on the screen now, the Superconductor Tyranno. He's in there because his effect is, once per turn by triggering one monster, inflict 1,000 points of damage to your opponent. This card cannot attack after you do this effect. So if you say had 4 other monsters on the field, you can inflict 4,000 damage to your opponent.
Neat.
Yeah, and I run 2 of them in there because they're quite powerful as well.
Yeah. But not 3, because you might end up bricking on accident.
Exactly.
or
I have
something.
got a 3rd, but I have to know what he is at the moment, so yeah. Yeah,
Right.
that's what I bring about it, actually, yeah.
Right, that is 4 decks in Group 1 that we've already spoken about.
Yeah.
We're going to put the picture back up of the groups,
Mm-hmm.
well, of the Group 1, so you see all 4 of them are there
Yeah.
on screen. Now, prediction of Group 1.
Mm. Well, I think
I
the
re-
Elemental Heroes
I-
will probably lose it, but to be honest.
I think one deck will have a landslide win, this group.
Yeah.
I think it's Ra, but
I
I
think
have
so.
a feeling. But I don't know for a second. It could potentially be Earthbound Immortals or Dino Wrestlers.
The Dino Wrestlers and Earthbound Immortals are similar in the sense it depends on what you draw. Because if I can
Yeah.
synchro straight away with Earthbound Immortals and get out the King Puppet Leo, then
Yeah.
you're in trouble. But with Dino Wrestlers, like, depending on what I can link into, it's anyone's game. If I can't and I break, well, not much I can do.
Yeah, it's the luck of the draw.
Yeah,
now,
completely.
I think as I said, quick prediction. I think it's going to be Ra, which is going to finish first.
Agreed.
But second, I think it's going to be Dino Wrestlers.
Ooh.
I'm saying it like that because I don't know if Earthbound can push it. Like,
They
that
might
could
be
be
able
second
to,
instead.
If Dino Wrestlers and Earthbound go up against each other, that would be very interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. But like I said, we could be wrong. It could be not Destiny Heroes.
Elemental.
Yeah, for example, Elemental Heroes could just come out and win.
Yeah, they could. You know, if everyone does bricking and they're not, then yeah, they could win.
True.
Because Trinity is unstoppable when
draw.
he's... Yeah, exactly. Because Trinity is unstoppable when he's at full force sort of thing. You know.
Basically, I have managed to beat Trinity. Like, Raigeki could win.
Yeah.
Or Mirror Force. But
if you don't have any back row, if you don't have any back row and he in your, say, 3 defences, your defences all gone 1 turn sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly, or even like Phantom Knight's Fogblade. If you played against Phantom Knight, I could just play that trap.
Yeah.
He can't attack. I can't attack into him, and he can't use his effects.
Exactly.
So basically, I've turned that space into a dead card.
Yeah. Agreed. Anyway.
But you could end up keeping it on the field because I won't be able to attack you directly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah. Right. I think that's enough for Group 1.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think we can move on to Group 2.
Right. Group 2, that will be on your screen right now.
Yeah.
It is the Zombie deck, the Phantom Knight, Arc Fiends, and Red Eyes. Now, just like in Group 1, we're going to start from top to bottom. We're going to talk about the Zombie deck first.
Oh, God. Well, the Zombie deck is probably one of the worst decks I've ever made, not going to lie. But again, it was for bulking numbers. But it's not, I'd probably say that too harshly. It's not too bad. It's more of a delaying deck so you can get your big monsters out. There's no extra deck, which is probably a mistake.
It's more of like, I have like some of the cards in the deck, but I don't have enough to make a deck.
Yeah, like the Crush Card Virus is in there, which can obviously devastate someone's deck. So you got the Cosmo Queen, showing on screen now, for 2900, which is really strong,
Yeah, so you've basically like, well, I'm just adding random cards in until it's ready.
They're trying to make an archetype with it,
Yeah, so hopefully in the future now the zombie decks would be better at its full capacity.
Yeah, most likely improving it, yeah. What's the next deck?
The next deck are the Phantom Knights. That's my deck. I've built the Phantom Knights because I really like the character Yugioh from Arc 5. So I was like, right, I want to make his deck. And then I was like, you know what, I'll make all the U's decks. So Yugioh, Yugioh, Yuma, and Yugo.
Yeah.
Not Yuma, Yuri. Yuma's from Zexel, Jamie. I failed. But well, this is mostly purely Phantom Knights with some added cards in there, like Monster Reborn and Raigeki. But what I try to do is I try to get like Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon out quick, and then hopefully get Requiem out. So what I'm hoping is I have to go second basically.
Yeah.
So like I'm hoping that like Adam will get like two monsters out, and I'll be like, right, let me see what I can do. I'm hoping to have Silent Boots in my hand because you can special summon him if you already control another Phantom Knights monster.
Yeah.
So let's say I had Ancient Cloak out.
Yeah.
I normal him, and I'll be like, right, because I control a Phantom Knights monster, I special summon Silent Boots.
Yeah.
Then I'll overlay to Break Sword. No, this is where I hope he puts down a face down in his back row.
Yeah.
So what I do is I use Break Sword's effect to destroy one card I control and one card he controls. So I'd be like, right, I'll destroy your back row card.
Yeah.
And I'll destroy Break Sword.
Yeah.
Like, why are you destroying your own monster? Well, breakthrough effect is if he's destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard, I get to special summon 2 Phantom Knight monsters that are the same level.
Yeah.
So I bring back Ancient Cloak and then bring back Silent Boots. Then I overlay again because they now count as a level 4 monster.
For the one and the only.
Yep. Dark Rebellion Xyz.
Yep.
They're like, well, you just said level 3. Well, yeah, they're level 3s, but when they special summon by, by Break Swords effect, they have to be the same level, but when they special summon, they gain an extra level.
Yeah.
So then they become a level 4. Then I overlay into Dark Rebellion Xyz.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I usually do, and I'll use Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon's effect to discard 2 materials, target 1 monster my opponent controls, and it loses half. I always ask him which one has the least attack.
Yeah.
So if he goes, oh, this one's only, so let's say 100, I went, right, target the 100, so Dark Rebellion gains 50, and you lose 50. This is where the good thing is. You can banish Phantom Knight monsters and spells and traps from the graveyard to either add cards, or send cards to the graveyard, or special summon them back.
Yeah.
So what I do is I banish Ancient Cloak to get another Silent Boots to the hand, just in case. Then I banish Silent Boots so I can add a Phantom Knight spell or trap card, and I add the rank up magic. It's probably on screen right now. I'm not sure. It depends.
Yeah, I'll send you the image.
Yeah. Then I'll play that card because it's a quick play as well.
Yeah.
So I'll play that. I get to type. It's a Phantom Knights card, but it can work with any other deck.
Yeah.
That's Xyz based. What I do is I can target 1 Xyz monster I control that has no material, so the Dark Rebellion Xyz. Then the spell card then is attached to Dark Rebellion Xyz, and then I overlay her. So I go to so I rank up. So because Dark Rebellion's rank 4, I rank up to rank 5. That's then to get out a big monster, which is Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon.
Who is brutal.
He is brutal. I don't have Arc Rebellion Xyz. A lot of people saying he's alright for Phantom Knights, but a lot of people saying that Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon is more for the Raid Raptors.
Yeah.
If I get it, I'll try it out. But back to Requiem. What I'll do, I detach 1 material. If a Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon is the material, I get to use the effects then. So I then detach the spell card.
Yeah.
That's put no material. I target 1 monster he controls, and it loses all of its attack.
Yeah. So if I had, like, say, I don't know, when the Dino Wrestler's 35, it will lose 35.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, right, what was the least attack points?
Yeah.
Now I target the high attack point one. Like Aaron said, he loses all of its attack. And then Dark Requiem Xyz gains that.
Yeah.
So then he'll be on 35, did you?
Yeah.
So then Requiem will be at 6,500.
Yeah.
And another cool feature that I tend to now try and use more is banishing the rank up magic launch card. If I banish that, I can target 1 Xyz monster I control, and if I have a dark attributed monster in my hand, I can equip it to that Xyz monster as material.
Yeah.
So Dark Requiem now has another Xyz material again.
Know what you mean, yeah.
And if I equip him with the Phantom Knights of Ragged Gloves, that effect says if it's a Xyz material, that Xyz monster gains an additional 1,000 attack.
Yeah.
So Requiem would be at 7,500 attack.
Which is just insane.
It is. It also has another effect where I can discard. Requiem's other effect is I can discard a card and negate effects.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Phantom Knights.
We're now going to go back to Adam, and we're going to talk about his second deck in Group 2, the Archfiends.
The Archfiends are, how to put it, they're not the original Archfiends in like Summon Skull and all them. It's more doing the Hot Red Archfiend King Calamity, Hot Red Archfiend Bane, and Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Now,
yeah, they're based off 5D's cards, the synchro ones.
That's the ones. You're supposed to see them on your screen now, but anyway,
from Jack Atlas.
My grand plan with them is to, what you want to do really is get as many tuners in your hand as possible, because you're going to need one for Scarlight, then you're going to need another one for Bane for Scarlight. Bane brings back Scarlight, and then when Bane is on the field, I think I got that right, yeah. The last two tuners you should have in your hand are for the last boss, which is King Calamity. And he can only be summoned by using 2 tuners and 1 non-tuner Dark Synchro monster.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to get out. I've only ever done it once.
But you said you did have a card that counts as 2 tuners, didn't you?
Yes, I do. Where is he? I found his name now. Probably up on the screen now, but I do believe, is it... Where is he? Yeah, that's right. Sorry, what am I on about? When Archfiend Dark, what's his name? When Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane goes to the grave, you special summon 2 tokens, and they're tuner tokens.
Yeah. Exactly. So if that goes, special summon tokens, and they're tuners.
Yeah, and the best part is because Bane can bring back Scarlight, and Scarlight is needed for the ritual to bring out King Calamity.
Well, the synchro summon, not the ritual.
Wrong one, yeah. Yeah, so when King Calamity's out on the field, he has a field control card. I won't read you his effect, and read it yourself if you like. I'll tell you a bit about him. You can't activate cards in response to him.
So like,
he just shuts the deck down.
Summoned, if he's summoned, I can't play MST or
like that,
Black Dark Hole.
Yeah. He just shuts down your deck completely for 1 turn, and plus they've got 4,000 attack and how much defense?
It's basically like the Egyptian gods when they're first summoned.
Yeah, in other words,
you shut them down when they can't. Yeah, your opponent can't do anything.
Yeah.
But it's much better than the Egyptian gods, obviously, because they have other effects with it.
I will probably be doing a deck profile on this deck, nothing on the near future, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah, there's a few cards I would recommend getting if you're doing an Archfiend deck. There's one, it's called the Resonator Command. Discard 1 Resonator monster from your hand, add 1 level 4 or lower Fiend monster from your deck to your hand, which is really useful for getting those extra cards to synchro summon. If you use that card, I would recommend getting the Red Familiar to your hand, because you can tribute 1 Fiend monster, so you can tribute her if she's summoned, then target 1 Dark Synchro monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, which is really handy if you just destroyed one of your monsters.
Yeah, because you've also got more synchro materials to use.
Exactly, yeah, and that's about it for the Archfiends.
Because when we were doing once, Adam was actually really close to getting all the Archfiend out in a couple of turns. He was close. I somehow won, but he was close to getting Bane, Scarlight, and the other Archfiend cards out. He was close to getting all of them out.
Yeah,
it's a shame I played. It's a shame it was the deck we're going to talk about next.
Go for it.
The next deck is my personal deck, the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I'll mention this quick. I beat Archfiend. I kind of bricked, but luckily I had 2 Inferno Fire Blasts in my hand, and that won the deal for me.
It was a good move, I'll give you that.
It was. It's not a once per turn, though. Basically, my Red Eyes deck